What's up, everybody? I'm Dr. Josh Yagoda. Today we're going to talk about a few myths with regard to the shoulder training, rotator cuff stuff. So when we talk about the rotator cuff, we're talking really about 4 different muscles. But when somebody says they have a rotator cuff injury, they're typically talking about the supraspinatus muscle or the supraspinatus, however you want to say it. And it's this muscle that's up here that dives down and comes up this way. And so when our shoulders get rolled forward, it ends up becoming one of those impinged muscles. So one of the ways that we strengthen, or one of the actually functions of that muscle, is abduction and kind of like this type of position. So a lot of people in the gym will see them do this, these we call empty can exercises. And while this is a great exercise to actually fire the muscle, what you're actually doing is taking that shoulder joint right here and you're rotating it inward like this, right? And then you're elevating, so you're causing a lot more compression in this area. So if you are somebody out there is definitely doing these exercises while you're having a shoulder problem, just stop it right now. That is definitely number 1. Also, number 2 and number 3, stop bench pressing, stop overhead pressing if you really want to make some gains on that. Also, myth number 2. Really, we got to start talking about rotator cuff strengthening, because we know it's important, but a lot of guys out there and a lot of girls out there are going to be doing the band exercises, right? They're going to do internal rotation, they're going to do external rotation, but chances are, if you are somebody who sits at a desk, you train a lot, we're really strong with our bench press, our shoulders tend to internally rotate like this too much, so we tend to round our shoulders like this, right? So what's going to happen is that our internal rotator muscles are going to be severely overpowering our external rotator muscles. So the external ones are rotated or located on the back end, and they allow us to do this. So we have a few options. What we can do is we can do more external than internal. So, and you can change the actual angles, you can change different types of weight, things like that. I'd highly recommend that. So the internal muscle that we're talking about is the subscap, which is on the inside, and it does this. So if we have a band here, which we do, this is going to be, we're going to actually tie this over here, for example, and what we would do is we'd be pulling this band inwards. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to just show you this. We're going to be externally rotating, going this way, really strengthening the rotator cuff, going external. That will help draw your shoulders back and down. We can do that in many different forms, right? We can tie this to a door or have a pulley system and come across this way. We can do our weight on our side just like this, kind of like that. We can also take a foam roller if we want, or something like that. We can take a 5-pound weight, 3-pound weight, and we can kind of just strengthen going this way. We can strengthen going this way and pulling it up. And then if you want to get a little bit more advanced and stuff like that, what we can start doing is doing this type of positioning, pulling this way. And so really you have a few different variations. And just to bring back and recap that, if you are strengthening every single rotator cuff muscle, you're probably wasting your time, because some are more developed than others. Some need to be released and some need to be strengthened. So those are a couple of those myths. It's really important that you really figure that out, because shoulder injuries are super common. They keep a lot of people out of the gym. They keep a lot of people unhealthy. It ends careers. It ends a lot of problems. So if you really want to have stronger, healthier shoulders, one, definitely just don't do those exercises that are causing more pain. And 2, rehab them properly. I mean, that's basically easily said, but really focus more on external rotation, avoid these ones, and really start focusing on more external rotation at first, opening up the chest, strengthening the scapula, and bringing the shoulders back and down, or down and back, however you want to say it. But those are a few things that you can do to help strengthen the rotator cuff, the shoulder, and really improve your quality of life and get back into the gym and get back to health as fast as you can. All right, guys? I'm Dr. Josh Yagoda. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you guys for the next episode.